Hey, it's Saturday again. Let's make something with these things. Hey, welcome back everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. This is This Vet Cooks and I'm Dave Guerra. Hope you're having a great spring as I'm recording this. It's another Saturday morning but it's morning. It's not lunchtime. It's morning. We're prepping for dinner tonight. And what are we making? We're making spicy orange chicken wings. Spicy orange chicken wings, yeah. So we're going to have that and a little Asian salad, something with an Asian flair to it. And why so early? Because we need to marinate this. It does say for 2 hours at least, and it does say overnight. So we're taking the best of both, and right down the middle, we're just going to do it here. It's a little bit after 9 or so. And it'll sit here for about 6-7 hours, and then at dinner time we'll get that going, and we bake them. We're not going to grill them, we're not going to air fry them, we're going to bake them. We're going to bake them for about 450 for about what was it? Yeah, it is 450 for 28 minutes, and then we're going to broil them for 2 minutes. We're going to raise them up. So let's get with the marinade. Let's make that now. Let's get that going, and let's make it happen. So let's get that going. Spicy orange chicken wings. We're going to start off with 2.5 pounds of chicken wings. Now I'm using the whole chicken wing. You know, you can get drumettes, or you can just get the winglet part or the tips if you want. No, I like the whole thing, the whole system, the whole flight system. Or, well, they're chickens, they don't fly, but the whole non-flight system. There we go. Everything. So you get more, right? Still, about 2.5 pounds. All right, so the recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. We're using the traditional soy sauce. So we're going to get, here they are. So we're going to dump that over the top. There we go. All right, and then it wants us a 1 teaspoon of freshly grated ginger. Now what I did is I went ahead and peeled it a little bit. And here's our plane or grater, and we're just going to go ahead and grate. Now don't worry, we're going to mix this, we're going to toss it a little bit. So if it looks like not much is happening, it is happening. Now just make sure that you don't, if it's a new one, and if it's a good new one that you've got, make sure you don't grind your fingers, because then, you know what happens then. Yeah, it hurts. Oops. It helps if I use the right side. Yeah, and trust me, the aroma is awesome. That's how you know you have fresh ginger. If it smells a little dull, it's not fresh. It's gone dry, and it's time to get some new one. But if that's the case, or you have, like I had a nugget here, you just trim off the very end, and then off you go. Because the last time I used this was about a week ago for a different dish. And there we go. Oh, I think we've got more than enough. Alright, so we'll set that aside. We'll put that back in the bag. Oops. We'll put that back in the bag. Alright, also then it calls for 3 cloves of garlic pressed through a garlic press. Alright, so that's fine. You see they're tiny little ones, so I don't have I'm using 4. And the 2 little ones make up 1. Alrighty, so let's get the garlic press out and let's make it happen. The garlic press was nowhere to be found. I added it to the shopping list, so we'll be getting one here. So, again, we'll have to make do. So what are we going to do? We're going to smash this to release some of those juices. It helps if we get that out of the way. Again, and then just get the choppy chop. And then we'll get it in there. Alrighty, there it all is. It's in there. Let's get rid of some of this. And we'll get rid of some of that sticky. Okay, so there it is. I know it's a big mess. And we'll just give it a good mixy mix. What I am going to do is add just a tad bit more soy, just a bit, not a lot. Maybe half a teaspoon to a teaspoon. There we go. Just again. And we'll toss it up again. See, now it's got that little color that I like. Just a little tint, a little golden hue there. Alright, there it is. Now it's just going to go sit in the fridge for a couple of hours. Now, 30 minutes before we're going to cook this, an hour before we eat, I'll start making the second part. That's going to be the orange sauce. And the orange sauce calls for, well, let's take a look at the recipe. A quarter cup soy sauce, a half a cup of freshly squeezed orange juice, 1/4 cup plus a quarter cup plus 1 tablespoon of honey. I think the honey is going to go at the end. That tablespoon. 2 tablespoons rice vinegar. 1/2 teaspoon red pepper flakes. 3 garlic cloves. Again, pressed through the garlic press, so we should have the garlic press by then. 1/2 teaspoon freshly grated ginger. And 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. I'm going to avoid the cornstarch as much as possible because, again, you know what that does to your blood sugars. If you don't know about cornstarch, that thing will just elevate your blood sugar levels. And if you're watching those, trying to bring them down, that's not what you want to do. Even it's a little bit. I know it's a little bit over 2 pounds, but how many of these are you going to eat? Exactly. So we'll figure out if there is a substitute. If not, we'll cut down that cornstarch to the bare bones minimum just to see what it needs to do. But we'll leave that to the very end. All right. So in the meantime, let's get this in the fridge and we'll see you. Well, we got some stuff to cover in between, but we'll see you in a bit. There it is, it's marinating. So before we get going and get things going a little bit later on, I want to take some time to thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching this episode and all the other episodes. I appreciate your watching, liking it. Don't forget to like. And hey, I do invite you to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Please hit the subscribe button and right here, the information, but that's down below the subscribe button. And also turn on that notification button. That way you get notified the next time. Up there in that upper corner, you get the little bell and a little number that says, hey, there's something new. That way you get notified when I post again. What else? Thank you. Big time thank you. Thank you to everybody who's commented. Appreciate all your comments. Everything. I really do. It's what keeps the conversation going, and that's how we start conversations, by allowing those comments to get started, and then we get things rolling. Alrighty, next, veterans, you know the deal. You know the deal. Scoot over a little bit. There you go. You know the deal. There it is. The Veterans Crisis Line again. Make the call. You know yourself better than anybody else does. Some people may claim they know what's good for you, but guess what? Veterans, you know what's best for you. You've been there. And usually the ones that believe they know better than you is those that have never served, those that have never put on the uniform, those that think they've seen enough John Wayne movies to tell you what's right and what's wrong. Now, I get it. Trust me, I get it. Your service is unique to you. Your experiences are unique to you, just like my experiences are unique to me. No one else had them. Sure, I had others, but they have their own experiences. They all have their own takeaway. You do too. So don't feel like, hey, they're saying something else. No, that's not for them. But you know what is for you? It's the Veterans Crisis Line, veteranscrisisline.net. Make the call, right? Dial 988, then press the 1 when the automated attendant. That'll take you to answers. When the automated attendant answers, that'll take you to the Veterans Crisis Line. Visit the website. You can text, you can chat on the website. Again, veteranscrisisline.net. All that information's here. I don't need to tell you, but you know what? I do need to tell you, because sometimes it's like, you know, I forgot about that. And there it is. It's there for you. So make the call. And of course, everyone else, you don't have to be a veteran to use the 988 number. No, this is for everybody. Use it. If you find yourself in a dark place, not knowing, not sure what to do, reach out. Call someone. Make the call. It is that simple. That's my challenge to you. So make the call. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and wait a little while. We're going to put this in, it's in the fridge already, marinating. But we're going to wait a little while, and then we'll come back to get it in the oven, get things going, and we'll give the tasty taste at the very back end of this, as always. So again, thanks for watching. See you in a couple of minutes, or a couple of hours. A couple of seconds actually here, but a couple of hours in real time. So about an hour before you want to get started, or before you want to eat, and unfortunately it's going to have to be about 90 minutes before, an hour and a half before you want to eat. So do a little backward planning. I didn't read all the instructions, as I normally don't. It does say we're going to mix all of the ingredients here, the part 2 ingredients, the sauce, and we're going to put it over a medium heat, and we're going to bring it to a simmer. And then we've got to let it cool down. And then we put the chicken in the sauce, and then we bake it. So that's the downside. But hey, that's all right. That's what happens. All right, so what have we got? Well, we're going to do some red pepper flakes, some orange juice, a quarter cup of orange juice, quarter cup of soy sauce, half a teaspoon of shredded ginger, ground. Here's the garlic, and yes, I did find, well, Mrs. This Vet Cooks found the garlic press. We did have one, so there it is. Now I'm going to hang it. There should be a hanger thing. Anyway, I'll hang it, and it'll be there. And let's see, red wine vinegar, rice wine vinegar, and some desert honey, bold and robust honey with hints of multifloral notes sourced from Mexico. So there it is, desert honey. And now we did ask for the very last ingredients I mentioned was 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Well, we looked it up. We asked Alexa. Alexa told us that, hey, you can substitute 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour for 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Well, there we go. Not bad. I mean, it's still starchy, but not as starchy as cornstarch. It won't elevate your blood sugars as quickly as cornstarch does. So, again, for those of you that are, watching your figure. All right, let's get started. Let's put this all together. And basically, it just says combine. Gather and prep all your spicy orange glaze ingredients according to the ingredient list. Prepare the sauce. Add all ingredients. All right, so here we go. Right, there's the soy sauce. Let me get this out of the way. There's the soy sauce. That's done. And there's the orange juice. So far, so good. And how much? Quarter cup plus 1 tablespoon of honey. So we'll need the honey again a little bit later on. But right now we need a quarter cup. And these handy dandy newfangled little miniature measuring cups, that is a quarter of a cup. So let's get that in there. Ooh. It's so new. It's still sealed up. Oh, that's delicious honey. Very, very floral, yeah. All right. Almost there. There we go. Quarter cup. Two tablespoons of rice vinegar, so we'll add that next. We'll let that sit back down. Rice vinegar. Delicious. half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Yeah, there you go. That's what half a teaspoon looks like. But hey, who's keeping track, right? Alrighty. Let's see what else. Oh, now we get to mess around. Let's see if we can get some more of this out of here. Optical illusion. Okay, here we go. There we go, we got that. Alrighty, now we got to grate the ginger and add that in there. Then we'll add the 2 tablespoons of, alrighty, now half a teaspoon of, so we're just picking up where we left off on the last earlier. There we go. Alrighty, let's get a little whisk. Now you're probably wondering, Dave, why didn't you use whole wheat flour instead of all-purpose flour? Because we're looking, and the recipe does say, the recipe says until glossy and thickened. The whole wheat flour will not let it glossy, will not give it that glossy appearance. So we've mixed it. Now let's go get it simmering, and we continue from there. Alright, it's cooled down enough. Let's bring it over so you can take a look at it. And there it is. See, it's a little, it almost looks like a caramel. It's almost got a very nice caramel color to it, but it is orange. And it hardened, it went quick. It hardened up real quick. Yeah, it's cooled down enough. Alrighty, so what are we going to do? We're going to pour this in there, mix it all up, and then we're going to put them on the rack here. Right, so let's make it happen. 2.5 pounds of chicken wings, full chicken wings. I didn't stop to cut them. You know, people do that, but hey, that's fine. I just find it a little bit easier to handle. This way, as a full piece. It's a full flight system. That's it. All right. Give it a mix. Get it all nice and really gooey, covered and coated. And now don't forget, your oven sure to be preheated 450 degrees, and that definitely helps. Because then we're going to do it here for 28 minutes at that temperature, and then 2 minutes on the broiler. Just 2 minutes. just to help seal it in. So it's 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces. And then we're just going to add where we need some sauce. Now it's good that it's got the rack over. Oh, my voice is going. It's good that the rack is going over because then it catches all the drippings, and the aluminum foil makes things clean up a little bit easier. So there they are. All right, let's get them in the oven, 450 degrees. 28 minutes, 450 degrees, 2 minutes broiler or 500 degrees, and the tips burned, but that's okay, you know. Again, we typically don't eat the tips, but hey, it's part of the flight system of a chicken. So there it is. They look great, they smell great, and the house was just smelling awesome the whole way through. So let's get one aside. Let's do the big tasty taste. Let's wrap this show up. Look at that, looks good. There it is, the burnt end and everything. There it is, the spicy orange chicken wing. Again, the wings are behind me, so it's plural. All right, let's give it the tasty taste. Let's see how, let's give it a tasty taste. Sticky, orangey, spicy, delicious. Folks, this is very good. And again, the only thing that took so long was the marinade, but you want that because the meat's delicious. The sauce is quick to put together. The only thing you gotta wait there is for it to cool down because it does have to simmer. After that, 30 minutes, you're good to go. Let it cool for just a bit because it's like almost 500 degrees in there when it comes out. So let it cool just a bit. But when you're done, you're done. It's delicious. Again, thank you to everybody that watched, everybody that's watching. Thank you for your likes, subscribes, comments. I do appreciate it. Keep coming back for more. We're going to make more stuff. I'm Dave, and This Vet Cooks.